So the first one is like, what does a typical kind of engagement look like? So usually, usually we have a first meeting with folks where we spend about an hour and we kind of listen to them and try to understand what data they think they have that, if mined correctly, can lead to insights that offer this very high value. But I'm trying to understand their business at least at a high level, because I kind of work from two angles. Like I'm working from like a, hey, if I was an investor, would I invest in you angle? Like what makes your company really awesome? And then the other thing is I'm very like bottom up. I'm thinking from a technological standpoint, like, what's doable in kind of short time frames, what's doable in longer period time frames, and like what's exciting, like what's really compelling, and where does that all intersect? Then typically we sign customers up for what's called a solution assessment. Our solution assessment's elapsed time is about 2 to 3 weeks. The deliverable of the solution assessment is in essence a document. It's about it could be like 10 to 20, 30 pages or something, depending on what's going on. And we get together for a final meeting. We present, our findings of what we kind of observed going on in the business and the team. We take, a few subsets of the data that might be the most key problems, and we're trying to like look for signal during the assessment. Like, could we even build, a model here? What's the kind of project trajectory that we would put you on, or that we would go on if we were you, right? So regardless of whether you use Xyonix moving forward, these are the things we think you should do. And then we'll include a ton of citations and stuff in that document. So, paper references. Sometimes we'll dive all the way into the algorithms that we propose looking at. We'll dive into other parts of the data science, like what are the efficacy metrics, like how do you know models are working well? And then at the end, we've got this roadmap. We've got a lot of these, things that have to happen. We've got them sequenced in a rough timeline, and then we'll take like 3 or 4 or 5 or things within there that fit for Xyonix, and we'll just put in a proposal. It doesn't matter if you use this moving forward, but the solution assessment, you can take it and never talk to us again, and you're out. A lot of our customers say, wow, that's fantastic. We've got a new way of looking at our business. So the next thing that they typically engage on is we'll move into like a phase 1 project where we're trying to build out, a viable working prototype of some subset of models that got honed out in the solution assessment. Early on, we might just get snapshots of data, because our goal, again, is not to get everything perfect, but we're trying to get working models up onto a service with a simple, secure REST API that you can start to integrate into your product really quickly. So again, within a few weeks, depending, month, but definitely not more than a couple months, we're coming out with something that you can integrate, your UX people can like think about, can wire around, your developers can start to plug into a prototype and can start to use. That's the output of our phase 1 or our prototype. And then at that point, customers that want to go to the next level, like take it to production, that's like the phase 2, so the phase 1 typically duration's about 2 months to 6 months kind of time frame, and then going on in the phase 2, that's where we're sort of getting load, measuring, figuring out exactly what the query request volume is. We're hardening the pipes coming in, so our training data is not just coming in over snapshots or like dumped spreadsheets or CSVs, but it's actually being pumped into the system via API calls in. We've now systematized our training process, so we know how our modelers or machine learning folks are able to get new revs of the model that are improving. And we're meeting with customers, regularly, like once every couple weeks, no less than once a month. And we're sitting down with them, showing them exactly how the model's getting better over time, like exactly what's going on. And that's actually happening even in the prior phase. We start that in the phase 1. And then we're rolling out the production instances. So we're taking our Dockerized containers that are in the deployment environment. We're probably introducing replication in case things go down. If we've got GPUs that we're using for deep learning and some like more deeper stack problems, we're getting those out there, and so that we can train in reasonable times and we can like handle full volume. And then after the phase 2, we're in operational mode, and then it just depends. Like our customers might want, some of them want like a really long-term commitment to just, hey, keep this model state of the art. Like we want it to really push the envelope. Other folks will say, yeah, we're good. This meets our expectations. Let's maybe go work on some other problems. And other folks will say, yeah, just keep it running. Like it's all good. We don't need any more. And if we do, we'll come back.